Welcome to our Mastt tutorial series. I'm Jake, and today we're diving into the risk module. So this powerful tool is designed to replace your traditional risk Excel documents and risk registers, bringing all your risk information to the same platform as your cost data, schedule information, and reporting. So when you first go into the risk module, there's obviously going to be nothing here, but you can go through and you can click on Add Risk to add in your first risk, or you can click on the plus Add Risk up in the top left-hand corner. So this is where the risk form is going to show up. So let's first enter in the name of the risk. Let's say latent conditions. So you can enter in your own risk number. It will default to a sequential number. If you've got a very specific risk numbering process, you can enter that in here. You've also got a toggle to mark whether it is a key risk or not. This is really helpful for filtering on the dashboard because you can filter to only show key risks. You can then go through and enter in a description so everyone really understands exactly what it is that you're tracking. Then by using these drop-downs, you can set the primary category, and you can set in any secondary categories for the risk. So these categories will help you organize your risk, create meaningful reports. If there is anything that, if you'd like to add additional categories to your workspace, please reach out to Mastt support we'll add that one in for you. Then you've got the risk review date and the possible realize date, which you can set as needed. Now, at the very top, you've got all these different status options: active, draft, realized, and retired. This helps track where the risk is in its life cycle, and they'll always default to active. Now, as we navigate across, we're going to go to the causes tab. This is where you can identify what might cause this risk to occur. So if you go through and you add in a cause, you just give it a name and enter in a description. You can say whether the cause itself is active, draft, realized, or retired. You can also click on this trash icon up here if you need to delete it, or if you don't want to add in any causes. And this next up, we've got the Impacts and Treatments tab. This is where you're going to go through and rate your risk. We go through and we add an impact. We're going to give it a title. Let's say that this is delays, for example. Then you can go through and add in any description if needed, and also whether this impact is active, draft, realized, or retired. Next, let's rate the pre-treatment impacts. What's the likelihood that this will be realized? Let's say that it is possible. And now you can use the sliders just down here also to set it to like what its actual impact rating will be, or you can click on this 5x5 matrix over here. So let's say that it is medium just there. You can then add in what the cost impact might be and what the delay impact might be. So let's say it'll be 10 days delay and $100,000. Then we can add in any treatments that we're going to use to either resolve this or prevent the risk from actually occurring. Give it a name, set a description, say who is responsible, and you can also say what status it is. Then after defining the treatment, we can rate the post-treatment impact. If the risk were to occur after being treated, what would be the impact and what's the likelihood that it has happened? So I'm going to move it just down to here, and we can then go through and say, great, what is the post-treatment cost and delay impacts? It's half those. Now, if we navigate back to this initial tab, it's now filled in a bit more information, and we can toggle on the cost module. So we can send the risk through to the cost module. Because one of the key benefits of Mastt is how integrated everything is. By toggling on cost module, you'll create a risk forecast in the cost module, so you can link the risk you create into your actual budget and cost plan. It shows here the total post-impact treatment cost, and then you can factor this based on your risk policies. So for example, if you've got a policy that takes very low risks, you only send through 25%, you can adjust the factor accordingly. If it's a very high risk item, maybe it's 125%. We'll put this as 25%, and then you select which budget it should be assigned to. I'm just going to put this under the risk provision, and then I'm going to hit save. Cool. Now I'll close that just there. And now I've gone through and added that in. You can see it started to fill in a bit more information. So I've got 5x5 matrix, and this will show you how many risks are in each different like rating. And if you click on it, if you've got more than one risk, it will filter to show that. Then if we go across, you've got all these different views, totals, how many risks are in each category, what's a risk provision, the cost and delay impacts. And then you've also got this risk reference just here to show you all this rating. And you can reach out to Mastt support if you'd like to make any changes. And you can also go through and filter on this. So for example, if I just wanted to show all my key risks, I'll show you is true, it will then only show me key risks. We've also got this export option if you want to export everything into an Excel doc. If you hit export, you've got either current view or all data. Current view will only export based on your filters. All data will export everything. So that is how you can do that. And then if we go over to here into this cog, we've then got the option to wrap text. If you've got really long descriptions, it's really helpful to show you exactly what is going to be going on inside your project. There we go. That's how you can effectively manage your risks in Mastt. By creating detailed risk entries with causes, impacts, and treatments, and integrating them with your cost module, you can maintain a comprehensive risk management system that's directly connected to your project financials. In our next video, we'll explore the cost modules to see how these risks integrate with your overall financial management, and also have a look at how the cost module works in Mastt. But thanks so much for watching.